बोलो राम नाम सत्य है, वही सबका घट है। बोलो राम नाम सत्य है, वही सबका घट है। Dear friends, this morning we have all taken this time to come together to join with members of the bereaved family in paying our final respects to a late father, uncle, brother, cousin, friend of many. And as today we have taken this time to come to join in what is called the Antyeshti Sanskar, I kindly ask you, may we all stand for a few moments as we clasp our hands, close our eyes, and bow our heads in prayer. And in your own way, offer prayer for the soul of our departed one. As this morning we ask of you, Aryama Pitra Bhagwan Sri Krishna Chandra, to accept this soul and bless it with everlasting bliss and peace, and give the family the courage to bear their loss. Hari Om Pavitraha Pavitro Va Sarvavastham Gatopi Vayah Smaret Pundrikaksham Savahyabhyantaraha Suchi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shantakaram Bhujagashyanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagan Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalaнаянam Yogi Virdhyanagam Vande Vishnu Bhavabhayharam Sarvalokekanadham. Om Vasudevam Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Suno Shiva Shankar Araj Hamari. Suno Shiva Shankar Araj Hamari. हमको केवल आशा तुम्हारी. सुनो शिव शंकर. सब परिवार किए किनारे. भोग रहा दुख भव का भारी. कोई न अपना है जग सपना. बीती जाती हो मेरी आसारी. सुनो शिव शंकर. तुम ही हमारे सिरजनहारे. तुम ही करत जीवन सुखकारी, मुक्ति के दाता जग के त्राता, उस आत्मा को वे कुंठ में ले लो। सुनो शिव शंकर अरज हमारी, हमको केवल आशा तुम्हारी। सुनो शिव शंकर, सुनो शिव शंकर, सुनो शिव शंकर। ओम यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैर् वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्त्यं सामगा ध्यानावस्थिततर्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्त्यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणा। देवाय तस्मै नमः। बोलो राम नाम सत्य है, वही सबका घट है। May we all take our seats in silence. All right. Place the flowers anyway here. Sankar. When you give it the arati, you do it like this. 1, 2, 3. And then keep walking around and doing it. You're doing that for 5 times. So every time you reach back here, that will be 1. So keep checking, right? You're doing that for 5. Go ahead. Om yam dware mahaghore andhena tamasavrite tatra lokanarathaya deepo yamu pratishtatam. Om adhyamukha gotrasya. Right? Walk slowly, right? Walk with him. Touch his hand. Adhyamukha gotrasya mukha pretasya pretanamasya. Take his name. Deepam mayadhyate tavu pratishtatam. जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो और कोई न केवन वाला हो फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे That is the fifth one, right? All right. Do back arti 3 times again. Om yam dvare mahaghore andhena tamasavrate tatra lokanarthaya deepoyam pratishthatam. Right. Ashley, do the same thing. Arti 3 times. Om yam dvare mahaghore andhena tamasavrate tatra lokanarthaya deepoyam pratishthatam. Good. All right, good. May we all take our seats? राम नाम सत्य है वही सबका घट है. My dear friends, when this part is completed, everybody will get an equal opportunity to view, to put a flower, to do arati, whatever have you. But immediately after this, I'd like to ask the immediate members of the family, meaning the sisters and so on, if you wish to come, put a flower, do arati, whatever have you. Immediate members for now, please come forward when this part is finished. And from there we will proceed. Bolo Ram Nam Satya Hai. So my dear friends, what we're going to do now is we're going to do the eulogy. And usually I am not the one who would usually do the eulogy. Usually that's done by a family member. But this is family to me as well. So it's no stranger here. So I have many stories. Everybody has many stories, but I will only say what Ashley put here. After I finish the eulogy, then I will give my part of the sermon. So we are here today to remember a person whose name is Noel Bhagan. Well, the thing about it is, all of you will know him better than I know him, because I am only 27 years of age. So being 27 years of age, everybody here would have known him for decades. I also knew him for a couple decades as well, but on and off. So we are here today for him, a father, family member, and a friend to many. And I reiterate again, whatever I say is what Ashley put in it. He could be quarrelsome, and let's be honest, sometimes a little miserable. But that was just part of who he was. Behind it all, he had a heart that cared deeply for his family, regardless of what some may choose to think. Noel was a mechanic through and through. He loved everything about vehicles and was the true definition of a gas brain. That's true, because when nobody could have started my Cressida in Spring Village, he come and in 2 he started for me. He loved everything about vehicles. If someone broke down or something broke down, he knew exactly what was wrong. The day before I had to do my Janil to become a pundit, I went Castleford to get ghee. Going back home right in St. Helena, when I mash the brakes, I ain't get no brakes. So I call him, I say, Uncle Noel, what we know? He said, yeah, the line clogged, the line really clogged. So he didn't have to come. And at the time he wasn't too well, so he couldn't come and do it for me. So he really knew his trade well. He was the one to call. Not only for that, but if he needed a part and he didn't know where to get it, he knew somebody who would have it. And he never hesitated to show. Lend a hand or share what he knew. As everybody would know, he also loved his belly. I love my belly too. And he was never out of food. That is true. I could attest to that. If there was a meal to be had, he knew exactly where to find it. And he made sure no one around him went hungry either. And that is also true. For those who may not know, he loved somebody named Lou. Yeah, he loved somebody named Lou. And for who doesn't know Lou, Lou is sitting right in front here. Lift up Lou. Let everybody see who Lou is, who doesn't know Lou. This is Lou. He loved Lou very much. And sometimes she would be the first one that he would ask for when he would call. If he called 50 times a day, it always started with, where Lou? Where Mama de? He was also Ashley's personal driver, picking her up from school, to dropping her off at work, and even taking his in-laws to clinic appointments and grocery shopping. This next part is also true. He may have grumbled every step of the way, but he always made sure they got there safely. In his later, more difficult days, however, many of those partners that he would have had during his life were nowhere around. And unfortunately, that's how life is sometimes. A long time used to say, when you're young and strong and healthy, you have a real friend. But in the days when it's water more than flour and you have nobody to turn to, where those friends will be, those are the moments you just know who your true friends are. The love he gave, the way he offered, and the loyalty he showed remained unmistakable. His love wasn't always loud. I never hear he tell Ange he loves she. I never hear that. I also never hear him say that I never hear him tell Ashley that he loves she, neither. But I know he meant it. It was very practical and it was deeply felt. And while we may have rolled our eyes at times, we are grateful for his care, his quirks, and the memories he left behind. He will be remembered, laughed about. I don't know why I put laughed about. He will be remembered, laughed about, and deeply missed. How this sounded? Oh, sorry, that last part where she was asking me how it sounded. And my dear friends, as I said before, there is nothing more I could say about the individual because you all would have known him better than I do. So you all would have your own experiences, your own memories, be it good or bad. But now that I have done this part, I want to tie it into what I am going to say. You know, when you go to a funeral, everybody just go in the funeral and say, I didn't know him, so if I don't go, it will look bad. And he was my friend, and if I don't go, it will look bad. Sometimes people just call me and say, Pundit, I ain't going in the funeral because I didn't like him. Some people just call me and say, Pundit, I'm going in the funeral to make sure he did. Well, whatever the reason may be, my dear friends, we have to remember one thing.
Yes, no.
I don't have it.
Yeah,
I don't have it.
Now a few minutes now, blessing her.
Yeah, you do it. You take it. Yeah. So regardless what the reason for being in the funeral may be, we must always remember something. That every funeral you go to, it should be a reminder. Now, let me tell you something. I fed up preaching this thing about living good and being good. I fed up preaching that. Every pundit in Trinidad fed up preaching that. When are we, as individuals, going to take stock of our lives? When are we going to analyze ourselves and start making a change for better? You know, if everybody understood that आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन के जिंदगी 2 दिन का मेला, one day we come here bhaiya, and one day you have to leave. You don't carry nothing, then this world would be a much better place. A much, much, much better place. But yet still, we are born upon this earth, we live, khana, pina aur marna. Eat, sleep, and be merry, and when you're dead, bury. And that is not what a divine intelligence has put us upon this earth for. Uttarakhand of Ramayana says, Bare bhagya manusha tanu pava, sur durlabh sad granth nagava. Bare bhagya. There are 8,400,000 species of life upon this earth. 8,400,000 is a lot. But of all those species of life, this human body, this gift of this human form is the highest. Why is it the highest? Because with this body, we have the opportunity to use it to take the soul from here and send it straight up there. Through what? Sadhana. वह साधन का धाम मोक्ष कर द्वार है. And your sadhana is your spirituality. It is how you live. It is not about what you have. It is not about what your name is, or where you have come from, or what work your father used to do, or what work your mother used to do, or what job you have, or how much money you have in the bank. It has to do with how you live amongst your fellow men. And there is a fine line between spirituality and religiousness that people mistake badly. In this world, there are many, many religious people, but there are very few spiritual people. And what do I mean by that? Every single day we get up and we chadhawe jal to Surya Narayan Swami. Not so? Every Shivratri we go to the mandir and we offer everything we could offer. When we have puja home, we offer everything. Kachori, pakori, lakori, chakori, all kind of things we just offer. But then when the neighbor pass and asks you for a glass of water, you run that person. When somebody come and ask you for a mouthful of food, you run that person. That is not spirituality. That is religiousness. And because of that, my dear devotees, we reach nowhere, no time very fast. We reach nowhere in no time very fast. And that is the downfall of man. That is the downfall of man. When Prabhu Sri Ram and Sita and Lakshman were on the banks of the river Ganga and they had to go into the ban, the forest, Sri Ram told the Kewat, the boatman, he said, Bhaiya, I want you to ferry me across. The Kewat said, Prabhu, I cannot do that. He said, why? He said, I am a fisherman. My boat is a fishing boat. I catch fishes for a living. You're not going to sit down in my boat. My boat is impure. How many things in the world we just say impure, my dear friends? How many things we just say in the world are good to do? And we can't offer this and we can't offer that and we can't do that and can't do this so? How many times do we do that? And Prabhu Sri Ram had to tell the boatman, he said, Guha, I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what wealth you have. I don't care what achievements you have. I don't care what accomplishments you have. I don't care about any of that. The only thing I look for in my devotee is love and devotion. Because what he could give to God that he doesn't already own? So then many may ask the question. So then, Pandit, why are we doing all these things today? My Dulahin Surong there. So she would tell you, all the time I used to say, I love you, I love you, I love you. But when you go in the grocery and you spend the $50, $60 and you buy a nice big Cadbury chocolate soap, and you go and you give she and say, I love you, darling, and you hand them the Cadbury. That chocolate becomes a medium to give your love, not so? When somebody birthday and you give them a card, what the card is for? For you to remember that this person showed care and love for me. They mightn't completely like you, you know, but it becomes a medium. Today, all of these offerings were made, not to the dead, because today he has eyes but cannot see. He has a mouth but cannot speak. He has ears but cannot hear and hands but cannot do. He has feet but cannot walk. So these offerings are not made to him in this physical form, but it is made to that Lord Aryama Pitra Sri Krishna. That is the one and the same soul that is present, or that was once present in this same body. But if I tell you, think about the soul, you don't know what to think about. Because the soul cannot be cut by weapons, burnt by fire, soaked by water, dried by air. It is ever immortal and has always been in existence. But the reason we have to do this to the body is that that is the only thing we could identify with. If I tell you, think about Noel's soul, nobody knows what to think about. My mind has run on Casper a little bit. But that's as far as we could reach. We don't know what the soul looked like. Only God knows that. But this body is the only thing we could have identified with. So when I tell you, picture your father in your mind, who you going to think about? Not the form? Because that is what we could identify with. So my dear friends, it is not about how much you do, but it is about how you do it. It is about the life you live. A funeral must remind us that one day to come, we all have to leave this world. We all have to die. Do you know we are all dying people? We have already started making our exit out of this world. Because all who were born must die. We just don't know what day, what time, what place, but you could bet your bottom the light coming. And it's coming sooner than we think. Sooner than we think. And my dear friends, death has no respect for age. It has no respect for gender. It has no respect for anything. But yet still people have tried to run from it. So you know, in Sanatan Dharam, the Lord of Death is Yamaraj. So one day Yamaraj come Trinidad. And he come with this list. So he had this big list in front of him. So. And on top of the list, it marked Harinanan Singh. Nobody named Harinanan Singh here, right? Okay, good. The list marked Harinanan Singh on top. Say, all right. So the Lord of Death went to Harinanan's house and he knocked on the front door and he said, good day, I am the Lord of Death. I've come, I see you on my list today and I've come to carry you with me. He said, hold up, boss. He said, come inside now, drink a little coffee and we go sit down and talk about this because me are ready for this yet. So when they gone inside, he make a nice cup of coffee for the Lord of Death, but he put something called Valium in it. Everybody knows Valium, sleeping tablet now. And the Lord of Death knock out on the couch. So while the Lord of Death sleeping, Harinanan gone and take the pen and scratch off his name from on top and put it underneath. He said, the Lord of Death feel he's smart, I'm smarter than he. My dear devotees, about 4 or 5 hours passed, the Lord of Death woke up. He said, oh my God, Bhaiya. He said, you mean to say I come from so far? Maybe I was so tired, look, I fall asleep, but look, you show me so much hospitality. You give me coffee to drink, you give me a nice place to lay down, and I feel so happy. Just for that, I wouldn't take from on top of the list, I would take from underneath. So you could run, but you can't hide. One day to come, we all have to lay in our straight jacket and walk the same road. You could be the Prime Minister of the country, the President of the country. You could be the man picking up the garbage. You could be the vagrant on the side of the road. One day to come, we all have to leave this world. We all have to leave this world. Let it be a reminder. You know, long time people used to say, boy, we are talking about death for you thinking negative, eh? No, my dear devotees, the only sure thing in life is death. A man will tell you, I coming by you 6 o'clock in the morning to do that work for you. And 11 o'clock, he's still pulling goblet. I could tell you something that's happened to me too. But the only thing that is sure is this thing called death. And death is something you could never get accustomed to. But it is something we all have to accept, whether we like it or not. You know why? Because the soul that once resided in that body chose to leave. Many times we don't think of it like that. That soul chose to leave. This form was put upon this earth for a purpose, to fulfill something, to make a difference. People come into your life for one of three reasons, my dear friends. Either they come as a blessing or lesson or a curse. But regardless of which one they come as, you always learn and you appreciate the experience of it. And that is why when someone dies, a person could have lived the worst life in the world, you know. But when a person dies, you always look for something good to say about the person. And blatantly I go say it, if you have nothing good to say, shut your mouth. Because no man has been born good alone, and no man has been born bad alone. Everyone has made mistakes. Everyone has fallen short of the grace of God from time to time. But it doesn't mean that we cannot be redeemed from that state and attain the ultimate objective, which is oneness with the divine. So I hope everyone is on the same page with me. I hope everyone is seeing how fickle and fey life could be. One moment you're here, the next moment you're gone. You could be good now, and the next moment you could go. So what must we do? Make amends today. So I've told you the purpose for coming. I have told you what to do now. I'm going to tell you what to do. Somebody tell you something that hurt your feelings? Forgive and forget. Life is too short. When you forgive somebody for something that they have done to you, it doesn't absolve them of that sin, you know. It clears your conscience. Forgive and forget. Leave and let be. Live life with a clear mind. Be happy, because the life we live is just a dream to some people. You know how much people wake up this morning with feet and they can't walk? You know how much people wake up this morning with hands and they can't move? How many people wake up with eyes but this morning they cannot see? Are we counting our blessings that we have? We think that 70 and 80 years is plenty. It is not. Just the other day was New Year's Day. January done already. Time is going. When are we going to start making use of this life that we have to better ourselves? When are we going to start living good with people? When are we going to start being happy? And when are we going to stop giving God a set of lip service, and start acting and doing what we have to do as human beings? When are we going to start making a difference in the world? When are we going to stop the hate and the animosity and the greed and the malice and the hypocrisy and the deceit? When are we going to start taking stock of our lives and making the world a better place? Everybody does complain, but boy, yeah, see how the world get now? Is we have it so? Is we have it so? Because we choose not to live the correct way. We choose to be sour and bitter and hateful and spiteful and everything, that we have forgotten that God has given us this gift, but we are not using this gift wisely. God has given us this, but what we do with this is our gift back to God. And that is what I want everybody to remember this morning. Sometimes the sermon does come across harsh, Bhaiya. But that's okay. Don't shoot the messenger. Just take the message. And if we don't remember anything from this morning, just remember, it had a man named Noel. And you came to his funeral. And you see that pundit from Sani Grande? He says something that stick with me. Let the life you live destine where you're going to go. Let the words you speak be an offering of prayer to God. Let the actions you perform be an offering to God. Because I just always say, yes, we have to offer the pinda. Yes, we have to do the ritual part. But if rice ball used to send men to heaven, only the rich people would have buy out all the rice and make big, big pinda so an offer. And them alone would have go heaven. So it's not about what it have, but about how you use it. When Ram and Sita and Lakshman were in the forest, and he had found out that Raja Dashrath had died, you know what Sita did? Sita made pinda with the sand of the river and offered. That is in Ramayana, documented. And it was accepted by Raja Dashrath. So all the things we make fuss for in the world, my dear devotees, it ain't worth making the fuss for. Do what you have to do. Do it to the best of your ability, as I told you all, and leave the rest to God. The only thing we could do for this soul is offer a word of prayer. That is the only thing we could do. But it is up to God and the karma to take him where he has to go. And that is what life is all about. Life is short, my dear friends. Make use of it. Don't wait for that time to come that you cannot do for yourself and then you want to do. Whilst we still could speak, turn and tell the, well, I ain't saying you have to do it here, but when you get a chance, you must turn and tell the person, I love you. Don't wait until they die. You want to come and put flowers and cry down the place. That make no sense. That is wasting flowers. Give me the flowers instead, I go feel happy. There's an old saying, give me my roses while I can smell them. That is what life is all about. And you must live your life in such a way. You must live your life so good and be so happy and be a blessing to the world in such a big way that when your time comes, today he blessed, you have children that want to do the part. You know how much people just call me and say, Baba, we could do this thing in one day? And I always have to ask the question, was a baby born in one day? No. That baby had to be nurtured for 9 months. Not so, Mama. Mama sit down in the back there, she go agree with me. Yeah. 9 months it took for that fetus to develop. And when the child born, you just put the child in a sneakers and make him run down the road? No. You have to nurture that child. Today that soul is out of this body, but that soul is seeing everything according to Garud Puran. It is seeing everything that is happening here. It is seeing all of us. It is accepting the offerings. And now, it is our turn to take care of this soul. It is our turn to take care of this soul. Plenty of people will say, well, but them Baba and them only want money, big bhandara and shaving. No, my dear devotees. If I had to depend on a bhandara and shaving, die 2 weeks, I go dead. So that ain't doing nothing for the Baba. Don't let nobody tie you up with that. But it is our duty to ensure that it is done. Because I cannot advocate for one thing as a pundit and then see the wrong thing happening. And that is why it is important. That is why you must use the chance you have now to do what you have to do. You know why? If I tell you, Ashley or Nigel, if I tell you, tote all the rice and flour he tote to feed all the one already smaller, you could tote it? No. And today, when people call me, they say, Babs, my father died, but me want to do all this fancy thing. But the father and mother didn't complain when you did small and crying 12 o'clock in the night. And they had to wake up to feed you and carry you to school and give you an education and bring you to a big man and a big woman. They didn't complain. But Hindus now become lazy. They don't want to do what they have to do. And again I say, without any apology, that is why society is how it is now. Because people just don't care anymore. And you know what you call that? The late Prime Minister used to say it. You call that Nimakaram. I see uncle in the back there laughing. You call that Nimakaram. You use and use and use and use and then you kick. Don't be any makaram. Stand as a proud Hindu and do what you have to do. Because when your time comes and yours I get done, it's your soul go suffer for it, not mine. And as I'm on that point, my dear friends, I want to make an important point. Any pundit that come to you and tell you they want $5,000 to do shaving and bhandara and thing, run that pundit because there's a tax collector. A pundit must never put a price on the work of God. You know how much time I go puja ready and get dashing bush bhaji as dakshina. You take it quiet and you go home with it. Dal rice and bhaji. And you be happy with the little you have. Because you have to leave everything right here. I'm not saying to call me to do your puja and then give me dashing bush bhaji, you know. Because I can't go in the gas station and tell the man, say, hey, I want a bundle of bhaji and gas, you know. Little humor. So my dear friends, the gist of all this that I talk here, the way you live, perform your duty to the best of your ability, and don't make excuses. If you're a Hindu, be a good Hindu. Do what you're supposed to do because this is your duty. This is a debt of gratitude you owe. It are no if and but about that. That is in our scriptures. And every scripture upon the face of the earth endorses this that I am saying. Jinamata pita ki seva ki rinatira tasnana ki unakyo. Service to your mother and father is service to God. And if you cannot do what you have to do for them today, when they need you, when that soul needs you, better you dead too. Because you're wasting time on this earth. And I say that directly. By the way, this is not directed to anybody, because I don't know anybody. But remember what this pundit is saying today. Don't take shortcuts, because life is not a joke. They never took shortcuts. Our parents never took shortcuts. So today when they need us, don't take a shortcut. Do what you have to do. Be proud. If you're a Hindu, be a good Hindu. If you're a Christian, be a good Christian. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. But boy, my religion better than your religion, and that religion is fake, and that religion is this and that. Religion don't save nobody. Religion has caused the most amount of wars the world has ever seen. That is documented fact. And that is why, my dear devotees, whilst you follow religion, whilst you take the teachings of religion, you must use it to live spiritually. You must use it to better your life. You must use it to be a good person. You don't argue religion. My father always used to say, two things you don't argue: religion and politics. Because they don't carry you anyway. So don't argue religion. You're a Hindu, follow the teachings of your scriptures and be a good human being. You're a Christian, go to church every Sunday. But make sure when you come out from the church, you come out a better person. Make sure when you go to the mosque and to listen to the khutbah, make sure you come out a better person. Because if you don't, then what is the purpose? Life is but an empty dream if you don't realize the supreme. And with that, my dear friends, I end my long talk. So everybody on the same page, right? Good. So today, before we conclude, I want to tell the children that you all have done well. Continue to do what you have to do, because this is your duty. I don't have to tell you to do this. You all doing this is the greatest blessing you could ever get in your life. The Baba tell you that. If you don't do any puja again in your life, that is okay. Do this good, and you say, I ain't telling you to go and do prayers. Do your puja and thing. But this trumps everything else. Good? So with these few words, my dear friends, what we're going to do now, I'm going to conclude the ceremony. And as I'm concluding the ceremony, everyone directly after will be invited to come, pay your respects, and what have you, and what have you, and what have you. Good? So at this time, I want to invite Nigel, Ashley, and the immediate members of the family, please come around the coffin at this time. And may we all please stand for a few moments. And it doesn't even have to be immediate members only. If this man has made some difference in your life, come, this is the last opportunity you get into offer of prayer. सीताराम कहिए, जाय विधि रखे रामा, जाय विधि रखे रामा, ताहि विधि रहिए। सीताराम सीताराम, सीताराम सीताराम, सीताराम सीताराम। ओम मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं, यत् पूजितं मया देवं परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे। ओम अनाधिनिधनो देवः शङ्खचक्रगदाधर, अक्षयपुण्ड्रीकाक्षः प्रेतमोक्षप्रदो भव, प्रेतमोक्षप्रदो भव, प्रेतमोक्षप्रदो भव। Together. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ओम्। ॐ मुखगोत्रस्य मुख
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Kr हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे राम राम
राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे